It's episode 3 of starting a service-based business, and I've got some good results for you guys this time. In this video, we're gonna go over how to start a web presence, how to create a website, how to do advertising, whether that is free or paid advertising, and finally, how to create a business phone number so that you don't constantly get spam calls to your main line, and so that not everybody has access to your main phone number. Make sure you watch all the way through this video, not just for the information, the tips and tricks, but to see just how much I've been able to make in only 3 months of starting this business, because honestly it is quite surprising. Let's start by talking about how to create your web presence. Now, the reason that this is so important is because when anybody's looking for your service, you're gonna have to be one of the first companies that pops up on any Google search. Let's run through a quick hypothetical. If I was somebody interested in getting my car cleaned, I would most likely go to Google as my first option, type in car wash near me or car cleaning near me, or possibly even mobile detailing near me. And if my company isn't one of the top ones to pop up, then I'm obviously losing out on so many potential customers. So we need to make sure that our web presence is grade A. We need to make sure that we have a web presence, and we really need to start stepping our game up. The first step and one of the main things about having a web presence is having a website. This is going to be a very important part of your sales funnel. This is where you convert as many potential customers as possible by showing them your services, by showing off how well you do, showing how many reviews you have. Basically, everything about you and your business will be done on your website. Once you've got your website up and running, you want to expand your web presence over as many different websites as possible so that when someone types in your service or your business name, you pop up on as many results as possible. This means creating pages on all the social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, where you can show off your skills, your results, and answer any questions that anybody has. You also want to create accounts on websites like Yelp, Nextdoor Neighbor, Yellow Pages, or whatever else might be in your area. For most of those websites, you can create free business accounts, although they definitely will be contacting you asking for an ad budget. You don't have to opt in for that. You just want to make sure that you have a presence on that web platform. Think about it this way. The more times you pop up when somebody searches on Google, the more likely you are to be picked for that service or contacted for a service over other people because you popped up way more times or you popped up higher on Google. When you're creating your account and your presence on these platforms, you want to make sure that you're including good keywords and search terms so that when somebody searches for your service or a service similar, you actually do pop up. In my case, I am constantly including mobile detailing on all of these accounts. Next, you might be wondering, what about a Google business account? Yep, you should definitely be creating that as well. This is going to be a very important account for you because most people go based off of what pops up first on Google, and that's typically either a sponsored result or a result that has a lot of reviews on it. Having a Google business account will also allow you to use Google Ads to drive customers over to your website in order to convert them. Using paid advertisements through Google or through Yelp will help kickstart your business a lot and can be very, very helpful in the early stages of your business. When starting a business, you either need to invest a lot of time or a lot of money, and in our case, you're probably going to need to invest a little mix of both. I was personally able to put a little bit of money into an advertising budget through Google, and that did wonders. I was able to get a lot of potential customers coming in from those sponsored Google ads over to my website, where actually a very decent amount of them converted into real customers. And since we're selling high ticket services, the cost per customer is relatively low compared to the actual service that they're going to be buying. Let's say that it costs in between $5 and $10 to acquire a single customer, and that customer ends up spending on average around $200 to $300. I would think that is a very logical conversion right there. And the best part about doing this early on is that you will start getting credibility right away. As a business just starting out, you won't have any reviews on the internet anywhere, so it's good to get these early door customers and ask them to leave a review. It's also great because you can take pictures before and after your service to provide real proof of what you're doing. Not only will a positive review help with your online presence, but if you do an outstanding job, people are more likely to refer you via word of mouth, and this can do amazing as well. My plan is to use paid ads to really boost my initial traffic, get a lot of good reviews on my Google business account so I start showing up more organically, and then easing off the ads as I start getting organic traffic. This will be that trade-off for that long-term game where I'll eventually ease off the paid ads completely and I'll be fully run by organic traffic. The alternative is to work hard, hustle hard, and use your friends, family, and any other possible connection you know to get them to buy your services and get them to leave reviews. You're going to need those reviews and the social proof to be able to show off what you can do and how well you can do it so that other people who don't know you at all are willing to trust you and pay you those big bucks to come and do your service. Along with paid online advertising, there is also paid in-person advertising. This typically requires less money but more work. What I'm talking about is door-to-door advertising or going into local businesses, leaving flyers, networking via word of mouth just around your community. You might think that some of these are free, and yes, some of them might technically be free marketing, but in most cases you're going to need at least a business card or a set of business cards and then also a flyer to leave with people. If you're doing door-to-door, you're definitely going to need those, or also a door hanger in case they're not there. There are plenty of other ways to network through networking events and whatnot, but this is where you have to get creative and figure out what you're going to do to stand out from the competition. You can also do some free marketing online, and this would be through Instagram, TikTok, and any other social media platform where you can show off exactly what your skills are, how well you can do it, and hope that those videos start gaining a little bit of traction. Or another way that has really worked well for me is through Facebook Marketplace. You can list your services on Facebook Marketplace, although they don't really want you to, or you can also list into Facebook groups. Now that is a very key one. If you have a local group that you're a part of, you can potentially list your service into that group, whether that's your community or a city or whatnot. Once you've started getting these marketing techniques in place and you have a website that's handling your sales funnel, you may start noticing that your customers have a lot of questions or different needs, and they're going to be contacting you via email, going onto your website, or even calling you on the phone. Now, it's extremely important that you have these lines of contact set up on your website, on your business card, so that people can reach you in a professional manner. This can be as easy as setting up a new Gmail account for your business, or if you do have a domain, then creating an email for that domain, which looks significantly more professional, and also creating a separate business phone number. Now, when you're first starting out, you don't have to worry about that, but it doesn't cost too much to do so, and here's a quick example of why it would help. One, because you don't know who's calling you on your personal line, so if you're gonna answer the phone, you might answer it like this: "Hi, this is Robert." Or if you know that someone's calling you for business, you might answer it like this: "Hi, this is Robert with Quality Mobile Detailing. How can I help you?" And although a lot of people do answer their main phone number via the second route, if you're getting a doctor's call, you might maybe not want to be answering with, "Hi, this is Robert with Quality Mobile Detailing. How can I help you?" Although there's no problem with that, I think it just helps to have that distinction between which one is your main phone number in case it's a doctor, personal friend, family, whatever's calling, or if you have a business line where anybody else can reach you. There are a few different ways that you can get these two different lines. I actually just still have only one phone, and I'm opting in with the Google Voice phone number. Basically, it's just another app on my phone which has a separate phone number, so any calls that go to my business will route through that Google Voice number, and on my phone, it'll tell me that I'm getting a call on my Google Voice number. This means that I know it's going to be a business call, and I can answer it accordingly. I can also send any text I need to through my Google Voice phone number. It's really not that difficult to set up. You do have to pay a little bit of a premium for it. I think it's about $5 a month to set this up, but it is well worth it in my opinion, just to keep things separate and have those two separate spaces. I think that's going to be enough tips and tricks for now. Let's talk about how much I've been able to do with my business since the last episode. In terms of advertising, I was able to get $500 free with Google Ads once I spent $500 on Google Ad spend. So in total, I got $1,000 worth of Google Ad spend for just $500. I started pushing that pretty hard, and it seemed to really pay off. I was able to get 9 details in September, which brought in around $2,200. Keep in mind, this is when my web presence was at an all-time low, with 0 Google reviews, with no reviews anywhere, and I was still able to get $2,200 in September. In November, I had a whopping 16 details, which brought in just around $4,000. So within a matter of a few months, I've been able to go from creating a business idea to execution and making $4,000 in a single month, with it expected to rise in the coming months. The craziest thing is that it's currently winter here, and mobile detailing is a seasonal thing, so it was supposed to keep declining into the winter as things got colder, but I've only been projected to rise I'm expecting that to kind of dip down a little bit before it comes springtime, where I think it will go absolutely ludicrous and we will be seeing some $10,000 months coming from this business pretty soon. Obviously, we all have to remember that revenue isn't your take home. You do have to worry about expenses such as ad spend and what you're using on your products, but building a business is a long-term game, and I'm surprised that I've been able to make $4,000 within just a matter of months from starting this business. If these results made you excited, then be sure to stay tuned for the next episode, but more importantly, get started with your business idea now. If you need any help with that, then let me know. You can DM me on all different social media platforms or ask me questions down in the comments. Otherwise, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one.